Today, we are joined by Mr. Rajesh Padmar, who is a lecturer by profession, Bengaluru-based social activist, media and social media enthusiast. And he's a lecturer in biology at Government Pre-University College, Tiptur, Tumkuru district. Hails from Magalpadi village of Kerala, Kasaragod district. So he also holds MSc postgraduate in applied zoology from Mangaluru University and Bachelor of Education from RV Teachers College. He has published several articles, delivered several lectures at different platforms on several academic and intellectual and socio-scientific issues. He serves as trustee of socio-academic NGOs such as Disha Bharat, Samartha Bharata, Thinkers Forum, Namaste India, etc. in Bangalore. So he's also a TV channel panelist. Many of you would have seen him in many of the news channels like Public TV and so forth. So he has appeared in several discussions in state and national news channels on social issues. He's also very much active in social media, and his Twitter handle is followed by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So we welcome Mr. Rajesh Padmar. Hello, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, sir. Sir, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ what you grew up in Agalpadi ಅಲ್ಲ. So what I wanted to know is like you have ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ like you have proclivity towards science ಒಂಥರ. So what I wanted to know is how were the conditions back then and what influenced you, or did you have any idea that okay science ಈ path ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ನಾನು ಅಂತ growing up?
Yeah, I wanted to become a teacher, especially a science teacher. I was inspired by one of physics teacher in my high school by name Srinivas. He inspired many students, and because of him, many students from our school went to science stream. And his teaching style, pedagogy, and the way he was conducting the classes inspired many of us to become teachers. And gradually, I thought I should become a college lecturer. And from the college days, I grow this passion. And later, of course, I joined as a lecturer in National College way back in 2006. And since then, I have a teaching career for about last 15 years, and I'm happy what I am. And I thought I should be a science teacher. That's why I selected science.
Yeah. What made you decide on becoming a social activist also?
Because once you have got your profession set, you are earning something, it is your duty to do something for the society. Whatever get is from the society. You get education from the society. You get all benefits from the society. And you can't dissociate a person's duty from the society. He has to do something for the society. Normally what we do is we vote for a government, we elect a representative, maybe a corporate or maybe an MLA or maybe a member of parliament, and we think that he should do everything. Government has to do everything and I don't have any responsibility. So this mindset should change in everybody. That's why social activism, it's a big field, starting from environment, education, healthcare, even dharmic issues, intellectual activities, media, social media, wherever we can make awareness campaigns, we can educate people, we can discuss something, and we can inspire people also. So that social activism is very much needed. So side by side, in the sense you should be a professionalist, you should do some professional work so that you can earn your bread. I have to take care of my family. Otherwise, in the free times, whenever you have got Sundays, whenever you got weekends, or whenever you have got so-called week off or the leave, whenever you have, don't spend that time personally. Spend it for the society. Involve in so many activities. That's why as a social activist since last 15 to 20 years, I have been practicing this, and many of my fellow workers who are in social activism field also, they are strictly following with a committed mind. So the idea is have to do something for the society. That is called Samaja Dharma.
So did you have any image or an event when you were growing up where you thought, okay, that might have influenced you also, like to pick up social activism and everything, all those things, as when you were growing up?
Yeah, when I was in school, I came into contact of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, RSS. That is an organization which works for the society by inspiring volunteerism among youth. You should be a volunteer. What you have to do is you have to do something for the society. That is what the motto of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh or RSS. So when I came to college, RSS gave me some responsibilities to do this work, to organize some blood donation campaigns, to organize some plantation drives, to organize some speech and other events and all. So gradually I came with so many resource persons who can deliver speeches. I was inviting them for some of the events and all. So gradually even I also became a very active member of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, where event based inspiration also there, and the ground level activities also. You can get inspiration from a speaker who is delivering a lecture on the dais. You can also get an inspiration from a person who is donating blood. You can get inspiration from a person who is planting a sapling or a tree. So we get inspiration from all these kind of social activities in a mixed way. Social activism is a heterogeneous work. Different kinds of work will come, as I told, starting from education to environment. That's why we are active throughout the year.
You're like stepping in and out of so many different shoes. You have your lecture teaching job, and you're now also doing social activism and everything. To juggle all of these things, like there should be some kind of discipline. So I want to know, like, what role discipline has played in your life, because it needs a very high level of management skills, time management skills, discipline to do these things. So what's your thought on that?
Exactly. Without discipline, you can't achieve anything. You can't organize anything, or you
Yeah.
can't win in any circumstances. What is needed is itself is discipline. So whenever we talk about discipline, we normally attribute this discipline to some of the discipline related organization, like for example, NCC, Scouts, Guides, NSS, or some military training and all, or police training. Discipline means if you search in Google also, we'll get some image of that kind. That discipline is actually needed. It is an organizational discipline. But as an individual, as a common man, we need to have certain disciplines. In Indian thoughts or Indian ethos, if you take from Vedas or you take the modern text or whatever we have, the so-called kartavya or the sense of duty is mentioned. In the sense of duty, discipline is a very, very important factor. Actually, in our Indian text, which we call as darshanas, it may be said by so many rishis and saints and all. This discipline is a multifaceted aspects. There are a lot of things which comes. As you mentioned, time is one among the factor. Today we are counting time by seconds or minutes. That is one factor. Time has got its own definition as per the spirituality. Including that, we have discipline in several sectors. For example, we should have ethical discipline first of all. Today we are training hundreds of students out of institutions. We'll have their score list also. If you take PUC result, they recently came. SSC result, 10th class results recently came. So the media, the newspapers will highlight who scored 100 out of 100, who scored the top in the state and all. They'll mention. But this academic marks oriented learning is something, and we should judge on the basis of actually discipline. For example, if 100 students passed from a school, the school head, the principal or the headmaster should be in a position to say, out of the 100 pass, all the 100 are disciplined in my school. Nobody copies from anybody. Nobody dishes the other friends. Nobody insults the girl students. Nobody molests other students. So the discipline should be the core of our education. That's why the philosophy, for example, recently, if you take last century, Swami Vivekananda told what exactly the education is. Education is a manifestation of perfection, which is already existing in a man. In a man, in the sense, a woman also. So it means it's not that how an person is educated. He may be educated. He may be a postgraduate, double graduate, PhD holder. He may be highly educated, but if he don't have a discipline, ethical discipline, moral discipline, behavioral discipline, financial discipline, digital discipline. There are a lot of kind of disciplines are integrated together today in a personal life. So what we need today is the integrated disciplines which are manifested. That is what called the exact education is. It's not how many marks a person or a student is getting. That kind of discipline is what is needed. So basically speaking, in India we classify this discipline broadly into two. In the Western world, we have got only one word, discipline, or we can say character. But in India, we classify into two. One is called charitra. The other one is called shila. Both are disciplines only. We don't have the exact English translated word into Indian languages. Some in Kannada, some people will call shistu and all. This is very, very, what you call, poor translation of that. Actually, it is called charitra and shila. Charitra means something which is imposed from outside. In the sense, the society imposed disciplines are called charitra. For example, a man is walking on the street, so the society will feel that he should behave in a proper way. He should walk in a proper way. If a girl comes in front of him, how he has to behave. If, for example, a wallet or a purse with some money is lying somewhere, how he has to behave. Or if a person is standing in a traffic with a vehicle, when the red light comes, what he has to do, green light comes, what he has to do. All these are society imposed disciplines. If red comes, stop. If green comes, go ahead. All these are society imposed disciplines. If that a person follows, he is called, he is charitravan, because what society accepts, he is following. But the second aspect is called shila. Shila is not imposed by outside. Shila is from within. When there are nobody, when there are no instructions for outside, if a person is feeling something within and he practices. For example, nobody is looking at a person. If there is a girl, how he has to behave with that girl when there is nobody. If there are no people looking around you, how you maintain your discipline. For example, there is no traffic police in the signal, still there is a red light. Will you obey with that or will you cross? If you respect traffic police and if you follow, it is called charitra. And if nobody is there watching you, nobody is guiding you, nobody is imposed, still you maintain the discipline, it is called shila. So for a person, both are required. What is expected from the society, the charitra is required. What should be there within our inner thoughts, inner mind, shila is saying, that is also required. For a social activist, both are required. What the society is expecting, an uncorrupted character, a character which is ethically, morally, behaviorally is well accepted, that is needed. And from within, at time, sense and all you spoke, that is nothing but shila. You have to maintain a conversation with good words, good vocabulary and all. So individually also, in a group also, we have to maintain this discipline. And this discipline in India is well mixed and well guarded by the social values, social circumstances. That's why, as I told in the beginning itself, in India, spirituality has got a deep connection with the word discipline.
What role does social media play in informing about these things? And
Yeah.
how should people actually judge it, actually take it, and to differentiate between what is right and what is wrong information of these things?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned in the list in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
There is something today called digital discipline. Digital discipline in the sense how you maintain your communication with the people virtually. You
Exactly.
may be active in social media, Facebook or Twitter, maybe WhatsApp, Instagram, or you may have your own YouTube channel or anywhere. When you communicate with others, there are certain disciplines what you have to maintain. Number one, you should not make others confused by putting wrong informations or misleading informations. Or in today, there is a word very famously coming up that is called fake news. There are two kinds of people. One who propagate or who create fake news and they will spread. Of course, for all fake news, there will be an originator who will be making that news first. The second set of people who are propagating, they even don't know that they are carrying the fake news further. So whenever we are having responsibility in social media, we should check the fact 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, whether this is true or whether this is wrong. For example, a famous journalist recently quoted that Pranab Mukherjee is no more, even before the hospital announcing the health conditions. A few weeks back, a very eminent journalist who has got a national reputation, he tweeted. So it is an irresponsible act. It is a digital indiscipline because lot of followers carried that news further, saying that Pranab Mukherjee is no more. So this is one small example. Likewise, there are so many distorted stories, fake newses. For example, some people don't like Narendra Modi because of some reasons. So in his name, some fake accounts are there, some edited, morphed versions are being sent. So this kind of propaganda of creating a fake news and the other people who are carrying, both are very dangerous for the healthy society. So that's where the digital discipline comes. A person should be disciplined first in digital platform. If the matter what he is sharing in his Facebook, tweeting in on the Twitter should be 100 to 100% accurate. He should fact check 2 times, 3 times. So the fake news is the biggest challenge of this century. A lot of youngsters are going to be confused, a lot of misleading information to go, and already it is resulted in so many suicides also among the teenagers. Some morphed photos are causing depressions to them. There are even domestic violence also getting resulted because of fake news with the propaganda. Lot of divorces also happening in some families using some photos for some bad intentions or bad purposes. So all these are digital indisciplines. So what we need digitally also, a discipline is needed. What we are posting, what we are circulating, is it authentic, is it credible, is it fact checked, is it truth? All these should be checked and well balanced. Second factor itself is the language we are using. You should not use abusive language. You should not insult any religion. You should not insult any individual. You have to be very, very careful when you use the word against or when you are having some kind of arguments. The words used in women issues, the word used in Dalit issues, the word used in inter-religious issues should be very, very careful. Recently, there is a riot in Bangalore, and the entire riot happened because of indiscipline of few things which happened in social media. So social media activism is also very, you should be careful. Otherwise, it will create some unrest in the society. That's why everyone, not even the high level people, even a very small ordinary user of the Facebook or Twitter should be extremely careful that from his side, any indiscipline later may cause some big damages. That's why digital discipline is a need of the hour.